This is an FPV version of a St. Xavier's College, which is in CST.
We were so bright, standing in the sunlight, never got burned. We were alright, had that easy kind of love, and I let it, kind of love, and I let it in. For a moment, felt like we were floating, baby, I swear. We were golden, it was easy, natural, I was breathing in. And when the sky went dark, you think I would know before we let it get this far.
This next video is another adventure thrilling, because if you see in the video, you will find me sitting on a high line. High line is basically a slack line, a line that we tie between two hills, and we walk on it. We have a group called Slackline in Mumbai, and we do regular sessions in Juhu. So shall we continue with the presentation? You can tell me in the comments section. or would you like to see this video? So let me tell you about myself. My name is Raman, and I work as a project research assistant in the aerospace engineering department. So we now come towards the classification of drones. Basically, there are 4 types: the rotorcrafts, the most common ones, the fixed wings like your RC airplanes, the airships like the Zeppelin, and the ornithopters, a bird-like flapping wing mechanism. We will look at each of them. A rotorcraft basically is a quadcopter with 4 motors. Now the hexacopter has 6 rotors. This is developed by IIT Bombay and tested in the IIT Bombay Gymkhana for autonomous payload delivery. Going back to the fixed wings, in fixed wings we have the regular RC planes that you see in the Tech Fest or any other competition. We come to another interesting development in the field of drones is using airships. I basically work in the Lighter Than Air Systems Laboratory, which is in IIT Bombay. It's the only lab which deals with testing and fabrication and design of both airships and aerostats on an academic level. The airship is now neutrally buoyant. Airships can be used in places where there are least wind disturbances and where you want to fly for a longer duration of time. An aerostat is a balloon-like structure which is attached to the ground using a tether. So it cannot go away from the place where it is being tied to. And this is mainly used for surveillance, a long endurance of a surveillance. Ornithopters are bird-like drones which use flapping wing mechanisms. I'll go to the available product from Festo. Now we join with the dynamics and starting basic three axis. The roll is along the longitudinal axis. The pitch is a long rotation along the lateral axis. And yaw is a rotation about the vertical axis. These three rotations are very crucial to understand the dynamics of a drone. Roll, H and yaw. Now we come to the multi-rotors, which are the most common drones among engineering students. A multi-rotor means more than one rotor. Generally, most of them are 4 rotors or 6 rotors or 8 rotors or even 16. We come to the most common multicopter, which is the quadcopter. Basic quadcopter configurations are the cross mode and the X mode. In the cross mode is more agile and the X mode is more stable. Most of the drone racing setups are done in X mode. Now we will start with the quadcopter components. The very first component that you see is a frame. A frame is a structural element of a quadcopter which houses the motor and all the necessary equipment needed to build a drone. When we look at the frame, we talk about the material with which they are being made of. The most common and lightweight material in the aerospace industry is the carbon fiber, followed by aluminum and glass fiber. When we talk about the frame sizes, we mean motor tip to motor tip diagonally. So when somebody says a 450 mm quad, that means from one diagonal to another diagonal, it's 450 mm. The most common drone for beginners is a 450 mm, and the racing drone frame varies from 195 mm to 270 mm. Then the next thing that we see on a drone is rotors, is the motors that give propulsion and thrust to the drone. The most common motors that we use are brushless motors or the brushed DC motors. Brushed DC motors are the ones that you see on palm top size drones, even though there are new brushless motors that are coming in the market, which are replacing the brushed DC motors. Brushless DC motors, when we talk about, they mention something about the kV. So kV is not kilovolts. kV is the number. That means the motor will rotate. When you rotate the motor at that particular number, it will generate 1 volt. So when they say 1000 kV motor, that means when you rotate the motor at a 1000 RPM, it will generate 1 volt of power. Now we come to the propellers. Propellers are like wind with a twist. Also, when we talk about the propellers, we have two numbers, which is, for example, 5 cross 3. So 5, most propellers diameters are being described in inches. So when I say a 5 cross 3 propeller, that means 5 inches is the diameter of the propeller and 3 inches is the pitch of the propeller. So we have different propellers, foldable propellers as well as carbon fiber propellers. Now we want to fly at a different altitude, different speed. So we need to control the motor RPM accordingly. That is being taken care of by the electronic speed controller. So our brushless motors are basically an AC motor, and the electronic speed controller, it takes in the PWM signal and converts into the necessary current for the motor to alter its RPM. Now we come to the powerhouse, the battery of the drone. The most common batteries that we use are the lithium polymer batteries because they can provide a higher discharge rating. The discharge rating of a lithium polymer battery varies from 20 C to a maximum of 120 or 150 C. The race stone batteries reach up to 150 C of discharge. If you want to fly for a longer duration of time, there's a new way of increasing the endurance is by increasing the voltage. If you increase the voltage, you can drop the current, and then you can use lithium ion batteries which have a low discharge rating. Apart from the batteries, another latest introduction to the power system is the use of generators. Batteries cannot provide power equivalent to that of a generator. Generator is a small device that is mounted on the drone to give a continuous power by converting the mechanical motion of an engine using a dynamo. Generators are used to increase the endurance for up to 3 hours. It has been shown significantly. A very latest introduction is the use of hydrogen fuel cells for drones, because the emission is totally clean and hydrogen you can produce at a much faster rate. Even IIT Bombay, we are working on a similar prototype. You would have seen hydrogen fuel cell powered cars, and soon there will be hydrogen fuel cell powered air taxis. Now, when we come to the quadcopter dynamics, we need to understand in an X configuration what is the roll, what is the yaw, and what is the pitch. Are you able to see the drone? This is the front side of the drone. So this is roll. This is pitch. And this is yaw. Now, when you want to do a roll, so basically what you do is you give the command roll on a joystick, on your radio. You get that signal. The flight controller does the changes. What changes? The changes are you increase the RPM of these two motors, so it will roll like this, and you decrease the same amount. You decrease the RPM of these two motors, so it will roll towards the right, and vice versa towards the left. Same principle applies for a pitch motion. If you want to pitch forward, that means you have to increase the RPMs of the rear two motors and decrease the RPM of the front two motors. So because of the difference in thrust, there will be a pitch and it will move front. When we consider the yaw motion, these two propellers, they rotate in the same direction and these two in the other direction. When you change the speed of these two and these two, there will be a difference in the torque generated on the drone. Because of that, it takes a yaw. Now, all these motor RPMs will be different. Center of gravity will be a little away from the center, as well as where you place your flight controller, and there'll be wind disturbances. In order to incorporate all of these, we have to use something called as sensors. We need sensors to know. Let me be clear. I'm seeing on the comments there's a Drone Pratap. Drone Pratap is a fake. It's absolutely fake. Please do not believe such awards and such accomplishments. Why do you need sensors? You need to know the RPMs of the motors. You need to respond to the user commands. You need to understand the signals being received from the radio and give a feedback to the pilot. The most common sensors that we use are the accelerometer, the gyroscope, and the magnetometer. Accelerometer are used to sense the tilt angle. The most common accelerometer and gyro chip is the MPU 6000, MPU 6500, and ICM 20602. A gyro measures angular velocity, and a magnetometer senses the drone orientation. A mag is generally used in waypoint navigation, where you want to know the orientation of the drone. Like IMU sensors are basically mounted on one single chip and mostly placed at the center and the CG of the drone. All these sensors, they require pre-calibration before flying. A barometer is used to study to sense the altitude of the drone because of the pressure variation at different altitudes, and also required to maintain a particular altitude. Another important sensor that we have to use in a drone is a GPS. A GPS gives in the latitude and the longitude of that particular position and is being used for a GPS hold. That means the drone will stay at that particular place. A flight controller is basically the main system which takes in the user input, the signal from the radio, processes it, and gives output to the motors to alter its speed according to the requirement. So flight controller is also used to stabilize the drone, to understand the signals as an autopilot, and also for obstacle avoidance. Coming to the flight control processor, most of the racing drones that we use have the STM32 F405 processor. The main difference is being shown in the upper table. F4 has a 1 MB of memory and runs at 168 megahertz of speed. So when we come up to this basic components of a quadcopter, these are the motors. These are the propellers. So for a quadcopter, you will need 1, 2, 3, 4 motors, 4 propellers. You will need 1 flight controller, a 4-in-1 electronic speed controller, or it could be 4 separate electronic speed controllers. If you're flying FPV, then you will need a camera, of course. an FPV camera. This frame is carbon fiber. For radio, I'm using Team Black Sheep, Crossfire. This is the layout of a racing drone. We come to the applications of drones now. Mapping. So basically what you want to have a better, clearer image or the topographic layout of a particular area on Earth. So what you do is you make a grid like this. You let the drone fly from different points, and you program the drone in such a way that you take pictures of particular area after set intervals of time. And then you can combine those images, because the images are linked according to the latitude and longitude of that particular place. So the GPS coordinates are being embedded into the images, and these images can be post-processed in an open drone map software to generate the topography image and the layout of that particular area. Another interesting application that have come up recently is because of the locust menace. And one of my friend's company, it's Hela Infratech. His name is Vipul Bhati, and he is currently using this drone to spray pesticides to kill the locust. This process is still going on, and still a lot of work is to be completed. But thanks to him, we're able to deal with this problem. Another application of drones are the drone racing. It's a Formula One of a racing drone, and it's very interesting and challenging at the same time. In India, it's been mostly governed by a group called India Drone Racing League, IDRL. You would have seen their events coming up. There have been almost 20 plus events ever since it started. Started in 2016. Another fascinating aspect of a drone is a manned drone. The most common that you see and the most successfully tested one is a EHang 184. So because of this advancement in brushless motor technology, we have seen motors to deliver almost 100 kg of thrust with a 62-inch propeller. And the power of each motor goes to up to 28 kilowatts. So brushless motors are advancing, and because of that, we are able to lift human for transportation. For medical delivery of drones, we are using an RC plane based structure because it can fly for a longer duration of time and it can cover longer distances. A drone, basically a quadcopter, is used where you want to land on a particular place and take off from a minimum area. But if you want to cover a longer distance, then you have to use something like a RC plane. For programming of these drones, what I use is a Betaflight configurator, which is the most common that most of the RC drone pilots, the FPV RC drone pilots, they use. Other configurators could be the APM, the mission planner, and there are many others designed according to a particular flight controller. In case if you want to buy any drone parts during this lockdown, the store is quadcopters.com, and you can use the coupon BABAJFPV to get a good discount on your purchases. Any questions, you can please put it in the comments so I'll be able to see and I can explain. Yes, there are future of drones for traveling as well, but for that we need to have a better power source. Batteries are not sustainable. In order to make a drone, it depends on your budget. It starts from a minimum of 10,000 rupees. That's just the drone alone, and the radio system are separate. 10,000 rupees, you will be able to make just the drone. Maximum height achieved by a drone, legally you should not go more than 400 feet. But you would have seen videos of a DJI drone go up to 4,000 feet. The video that I'm going to show is kind of a stunt, and let me tell you what the video is about. So basically, I do surfing as well, and this is me standing on the surf paddle board, and the paddle board is moving, and I wanted to attempt to fly a drone. Drone technology is also being mixed with AI. Yes, it's currently being mixed with AI. So basically, how yaw works is you vary the speed of the diagonal motors, because the diagonal motors, they spin at the same RPM, same direction, and so the torque induced because of the rotation of the motors will be in the other direction. So when you alter the RPMs, so basically you alter the torque. So you can see me, I'm wearing an FPV goggle and I'm flying the drone at the same time. And the surfboard is moving as well.
We were so bright, standing in the sunlight, never got burned. We were alright, had that easy kind of love, and I let it in. For a moment, that I could float in, baby, I swear. We were golden, and it was easy not to roll us breathing in. In the sky we can fly. You think I would know before we let it get this far? Sure. It's so fucking easy to fall. Now let me see what you're from. Tell me how to
If you have any questions, please raise it in the comments section.